I bought a few things from the new Glam-Shop Valentine's Day collection for Valentine's Day 2025. I bought 2 of the quads, I bought 2 of the blushes, and we're going to be trying out today. I'm going to be showing you the swatches. I'm going to be doing a look. Let's get into it. Okay, so this collection consists of several blushes, 3 quads. We also have plumping lip glosses. I decided to not get the plumping lip glosses because I feel like I have enough of those in my life. I have so many lip products. I just wanted to get a few of the things that really excited me. So I bought 2 of the quads. I first up have here the one in Pink Glam, and this is kind of like a mauvey, cool toned eyeshadow palette with a more satin shimmer and then also a more duochrome shimmer, which is kind of like a mauvey gray base that shifts to a gold. This is one of the most beautiful shimmers I have seen lately. Looks amazing. Swatches of this look amazing. Very excited to put that on my eyes. The packaging of this feels a little cheapy, but it's not bad. And I think paying like 11 euros for 4 shades is not bad either, and I do really like the eyeshadow quality by Glam-Shop. I'm trying to see where this has been made. I don't see it here. I also don't see it on the website. I did get a question to talk about that more. If I find the information, I will put it in the description box. I also have the one in Cool Glam, and this one also has 2 mattes, 2 shimmers. The 2 shimmers look a little bit more similar in the pan than they are in real life. One of them has more of a sheer base, almost like a silvery bluish sheen to it, and one is more almost of a gunmetal, a little bit darker. Both of these color stories look so good. They look so up my alley. So I definitely wanted to grab these 2 quads. I did skip the lighter nude one because I do like a little bit more depth than that. Okay, let's zoom in. All right, we're just gonna do one look on each side. I'm gonna start out with the Cool Glam quad. I do really appreciate that they are not making me pronounce really difficult polish names, but the blushes, those are going to be difficult to pronounce. Okay, I think for this one I want to start out with the darker brownish gray shade in the outer corner. Start out with the deeper shade. It's not something that I do a lot, but let's just try it, see if that works with this formula. I do think that it will probably work because I have been really enjoying the mattes from Glam-Shop. I feel like they're really easy to work with, easy to build. I don't really have any issues with them looking weird. Like, that was pretty easy. I feel like the undertone of this kind of grayish matte is really nice for if you don't want like a pure gray, because it's just a little bit more brown, and that is something that I personally do enjoy. Like, true gray is a little harsh for me. Like, that is looking nice. I'm gonna take the lighter, kind of like pinky nude lighter matte, and I'm gonna place that kind of like in the inner part. Wow, that is very pigmented. Okay, I was kind of not prepared for the pigment, but that is very pigmented. I'm gonna blend it out a little bit because it's not exactly what I wanted right there. I'm just gonna take that on the edge a little bit, just a little bit. I need a clean brush to blend this out. Yeah, I'm liking that. I want to put a little bit of this under my eye, just a little bit of that deep shade. I'm wearing a skin tint and some concealer already, by the way. I really like that. I just feel like Glam-Shop shadows, they are very flattering. There's just something very flattering about them. Okay, I'm gonna use the more deep shimmer shade with a finger. These feel really creamy, by the way. This is not the formula from the Creme de la Creme palette. The Creme de la Creme palette is very like satiny. Like, this is shimmery in a very beautiful, smooth way, but it's definitely shimmery, and it has a duochrome. Like, these are not just any shimmer. You just need to take a little bit. It is so pretty. I do really like this combination, and I feel like I could definitely see myself using these quads quite a bit, also just going into these mattes. Like, this is really beautiful. I'm gonna take that lighter shade that was more pigmented than I was thinking. I'm gonna put that in my inner corner. I love a matte inner corner, so I'm happy that we have something like this in the palettes. I just feel like it really changes the whole look of my eye in a very specific way. So this is gonna be the first look. Quick and easy, a nice smoky look. It's not gonna be like extremely versatile because it's a quad, but the quality of this is really nice. And by the way, I think that you could really easily combine the 2 quads or the 3 quads in really cute looks. But now I'm just like showing you each of them. So maybe you can make like a choice between them. Okay, then we have the pink glam. And for this one, I think I'm gonna go in with the lighter matte first and see how that works out for me. So this one is a little bit more pinky. Like the lighter matte from this palette is a little bit more pinky than the lighter matte from the other palette. That one has almost a little bit, something like a very light, dusty lilac. Okay, so this is definitely like a soft, subtle shade, not as light. All right, we're going into the kind of like dark mauve shade, and we're just doing the same shape over here. I think it's gonna look a little softer because I put down the lighter matte first, but I feel like that's still going very well. I really like the blend of that. Just taking that inwards a little bit more. I feel like Glam-Shop is just very beginner friendly. All right, applying the darker matte under the eye, and then I'm going to take this shimmer, which I'm very, very excited about, on my finger. It's very creamy, but not in a putty way, not in a way that I'm like, is that gonna last on my eye? It's just very beautifully pigmented. That is a gorgeous shimmer. I love the duochromes that they chose for these palettes. That is gorgeous. I love that combination of kind of like pink and gold, but a little bit smoky and soft. That is a gorgeous shimmer. Okay, I'm gonna take the more satin, kind of like champagne shimmer, and I'm gonna use a pencil brush to apply that in my inner corner. Let's see how glowy this is. I feel like it's gonna be like it's a soft glow. I'm gonna apply that on the lid a bit as well, over here. I have come to appreciate a satin as long as it is a good satin, and as long as I can kind of like combine it in a way, or if it's a color that really works for me. I think that's really pretty. I do need to blend a little bit with a clean brush. Almost forgot. Just a little blend on the edges. It makes a small difference at this point. I do feel like I'm missing my like smoky liner a little bit on this side. So I'm gonna take the darker shade with a flat definer by Sigma, and I'm gonna apply that towards the lash line. Much better. And I think I'm just gonna do that on the other side as well, of course, with the darker shade from that palette. Just wiping off my brush a little bit and then going right here. I am really liking these looks. I'm really feeling it. I'm gonna put on some mascara, I'm gonna do my brows, I'm gonna do some bronzer, and then we can get into the blush. Okay, so for the bronzer I actually tried one of the Glam-Shop cream bronzers. I tried the shade Cream Contour, I think that's the shade. It was a little bit more cool toned on my skin than I was expecting. I do like a cool tone bronzer, but I feel like it ended up a little bit patchy on the first night that I applied it on. I feel like it's gonna work out, but I have to kind of like play with this shade a little bit. This was only €2, so I'm not gonna be mad if it's not like perfect. We're gonna see. So far, like it's a little bit more of a contour than I was expecting, but it's also called a contour. So we have 2 blushes in this collection. Well, that's not true. We have multiple blushes, I think 6 or 8 blushes in this collection that are heart-shaped, very cute heart-shaped packaging. We have BLADY, maybe that's a name, maybe it's not. And this is kind of like a more nude shade, a little bit like nude rosy. Looks like about as nude as I would go. These are glowy powder blushes. They do swatch really nicely. I do have to say that one of these doesn't really open that easily. I feel like the packaging is a little like hard to open. I'm not a fan of that, but like in the end I can make it work, but I don't think I would use these if I were in a hurry or like on the go. Then I have UNI-RÓż, and this one is a little bit more like a warm pink. I found it a little difficult to see from their swatches, but it's something that I've mentioned before. I don't think the product photography and the swatches have really great quality, show things really well. I'm just gonna apply the more rosy one, I think, on this cheek, and then the other one on the other cheek. So UNI-RÓż on the first cheek. Just gonna grab a Kaleidos blush brush, and I'm hoping, oh, that looks pretty pigmented. I'm hoping this is not gonna be too like glittery shimmery. That does have a shimmer in it, but I don't think it's in a like chunky way. But there's definitely some shimmer in it. It's not like truly just a glow. Like there is some shimmer, but I feel like it is dispersed in a way that I quite like. It doesn't look too chunky, but there's just some shimmer in it. But it's not like sparse shimmers where you can count the shimmers on your cheeks, which I don't like. I think this is quite a nice blush. That's quite a nice color, quite nice and rosy, and quite nice and glowy. I don't feel like you'd really need a highlighter with this type of blush. I feel like it looks smooth. I like the amount of pigmentation. Like, this is cute. I really like it. The only thing I don't like so far is the packaging of one of these. I don't know exactly which of these it is because I just left them open for the video to save some time and to save my nails. Well, usually I take kind of like a tweezer or something, but it was still difficult to do. This is really nice. This is really nice. Okay, I need a clean brush. For the other side, I'm gonna take the Singe blush brush for the more nude shade. I'm very curious to see how I like this shade because I don't like super nude, super like beigey nude blushes on myself. That I think is gonna be the exact right amount of nudeness, but still like a slight amount of pink in a blush. It's definitely a little bit more subtle, but sometimes a more subtle blush can come in handy. But for example, the Essence blush that I recently tried that was truly a beige, I don't think that works with my skin tone. But this is a really nice color actually. I feel like this is my version of a nude blush. And I feel like this one is even a little bit more smooth than this one. I'm just gonna try and build it up a little bit. Just a little bit. It's really pretty. I really, really like this one. That is great. That is a beautiful blush. I have been... Oh, I closed it now. No going back. Okay. That is looking really, really nice. I am really happy with my choice to buy like the things that I was really excited about from this collection, because what I bought is really nice. So this is gonna be the finished look. I did apply the Velvet Liquid Lipstick that I got. Was it with the Creme de la Creme palette? I think it was with the Creme de la Creme palette. This is the one in Trendy. I did even out the cheeks a little bit. I am really happy with the quality of the products that I tried in this video. I really love both eye looks. I think the blushes look really nice. The one is a little bit more shimmery. The other is a little bit more smooth. I can really see myself really getting into these blushes. They are really beautiful. So far, I'm a fan. So that's gonna be it for the Glam-Shop Valentine's collection. I hope you enjoyed the video. And yeah, I hope I see you in my next one. Bye bye.